Disclaimer. Today is going to be a planner video. If you're not here for that, I'm not apologizing. I'll see you in a few days. I've got some more stuff coming for you. So I've decided to jump on the OneBookJuly bandwagon. Lots of really neat people in the planner community. Romany's Realm, I think, may have started it. Ms. Vicky B does a lot with OneBookJuly. There are lots of other neat planner people that participate. Mostly me and my planning is me and my planner, not me and the planning community as a whole. But I like the idea of jumping in for OneBookJuly because I can watch what other people are doing in OneBookJuly. I get a little overwhelmed when people are doing so much maximalist planning, I guess. If that works for you, keep doing it. It just kind of makes me feel a little overwhelmed and like I can't quite find my place in it all. The idea behind OneBookJuly is to stay in one book. And my understanding from Romany's Realm is you don't have to be super strict about how you interpret what one book means. And I'm pretty much always literally one book because I use a disc bound and I use lots of different inserts in it. But I like the idea of taking July, especially since July is not a super complicated month for me. So I love the idea of taking July to kind of back up a little, think about what's really working for me, boil it down to the essentials and see, because there have been times, for a while I had like a personal planner that I was carrying as a wallet, probably this planner that I was using at home, a monthly calendar on the fridge, and then a more detailed weekly family calendar in another spot. Within the planners, I had like a monthly, a weekly, and sometimes a daily. And so there would be certain events which were not like super significant events in my life, but that were getting written down in like 5 different places. And probably most of them are in my phone too. So I kind of needed to back off a little bit. I always find it's really good to just pause and see, is what I'm doing working? I thought OneBookJuly would be a fun time for me to jump in a little bit, see what other people are doing, because it will tend to be a little maybe less overwhelming to me. The theme, though, is go big or go home. Romany's Realm is very clear. You can interpret however you want to. I've decided to use that as an excuse to move out of my little friend and into the full-size notebook. I'll link the plan with me that I filmed of my first week using the full-size inserts. The biggest challenge for me, and this is really optional, but I really want to try and see if I can stick with it, is one book, one pen. I have a highly dysfunctional relationship with my pens, believe it or not. Because for some things, I really like an erasable pen. This is a Friction, neurotic. I really prefer the light blue ink, which is actually a little bit greenish. But the pen that it comes in is really like electric blue. I have this whole problem in my head of like greenish blue and bluish green. I just don't really like the way they look together. And yeah, and this planner is kind of in the greenish, bluish, greenish-ish family. The ink color on the Friction light blue, which is actually a little bit green, is totally fine. But I don't like the way the pen looks, so I'm always putting those refills into a different pen so that it doesn't look too bad. Really neurotic. And then this is my favorite pen to write, just for everyday, like just scribbling around. The Pentel Energel Metal Tip 0.7 has become like my favorite pen. They write more blue, so I really hate if I pick up and write on the same page that I've written with the greenish, bluish green. And then this is really more of a, not even a greenish blue, but a blue. Light blue, bright blue though. And I like both colors, I just don't like them together. And I end up giving the whole thing more headspace than I want to give it, which is just goofy. So I'm gonna get really simple for this. The main thing that I need to use the erasable pen for are my order tracking sheet, and I actually reorganized that a little bit so I don't have to erase. I can put checks in each of the boxes. I hope I've inspired you to think about simplifying your planning routine. If you enjoyed this video, click subscribe below. If you're doing OneBookJuly, I'd love to see your social media or videos. So leave me a comment below so I can make sure to check you out.